Welcome to our Tech Trends update for September. This month, Alphabet hit the $3 trillion market capitalization mark as the company had an antitrust ruling that was favorable relative to investor expectations and due to continued optimism over their AI strategy. We had added Alphabet to our top picks in April but moved it to our watch list too early as we were worried about the antitrust ruler, which ultimately proved to be better. We also got a big jump in Oracle shares on earnings as their outlook for future revenues, which was disclosed by remaining performance obligations, or usually abbreviated to RPO, jumped over 300 BN as the company signed large cloud deals. We had initiated an investment in Oracle shares in the AMS portfolio prior to the earnings result, as we wanted to own the shares into the Oracle AI World event in October. This helped to propel the returns for the AMS equity to around 20% year to date. We will be looking to see where Oracle shares are when we publish our top picks report in a few weeks to see if it is still attractive as we head into the event. Geopolitics continues to impact the overall market, but also the technology sector, as there were press reports that Oracle, with a few other venture capital and private equity firms, could be part of a US-China deal regarding TikTok. There were also press reports that the Chinese government is trying to restrict the use of Nvidia chips in China as China tries to develop their own domestic chip industry, but this could also be part of the negotiating process to put pressure on the US as both countries are meeting to finalize a trade deal. Although Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu announced separately that they are going to develop their own AI chips, as they also continue to announce new AI models and tools which have propelled the stock prices. We have used the rally in the Chinese technology sector to trim some of our exposure in the AMS equity portfolio. Outside of this, the other big macro news was that the U.S. Federal Reserve cut interest rates by 25 basis points as expected, with one dissent coming from the new Fed voting member, Stephen Moran, who wanted a 50 BP cut. Intel shares have had lots of news this past month. First, we had the American government taking a stake in the company, which was followed by Nvidia taking a stake in the company. This led to Intel shares rallying around 40% on the news. We had new product announcements this month. First, we had Apple announcing their new lineup of iPhone 17s, which included the ultra-thin iPhone Air. The company also announced new AirPods that will have live translation features, which is great for someone like me since I am still trying to learn Portuguese and Spanish. Next, we had MetaConnect 2025, where Meta continued to roll out their smart glass lineup with AI features. The highlight was the Ray-Ban display glasses, which include a sleek neural wristband that allows you to use discrete hand movements to control the display. There was news regarding weight loss drugs this past month as Eli Lilly announced trial results for their oral GLP-1 drug orforglipron, which met their endpoint and performed better than Novo Nordisk's oral semaglutide oral pill. In a separate study, Novo Nordisk presented data from real-world study of actual patients from Medicare that showed that Ozempic outperformed Eli Lilly's Trulicity. There will be continued studies and drug developments in this segment of healthcare as companies try to take advantage of the opportunity. Lastly, in the healthcare sector, the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, approved a new revolutionary eye drop called Viz from pharmaceutical company Lens that can correct blurry vision. Looking ahead, we will have Oracle's event and Salesforce's Dreamforce conference in October. We will also get third-quarter earnings from many companies. Lastly, geopolitical news will also move the technology sector. Once again, thank you for joining us.
This discussion is intended for informational purposes only. This is not investment research or investment advice, and no recommendation or financial advice is being given. This discussion does not take into account individual investment objectives, financial condition, or investor needs. The views and opinions expressed in this discussion may differ from the views and opinions of other departments or divisions of Itaú and its affiliates.